In today's video, we will demonstrate the two different types of network communication for routers and guide you through the configuration. Let's begin the video. First, we need to save it. This way, even if the system shuts down, we have a backup of the project content. We have to choose the router for the selection tab, and now we will select the 1841 router. You can choose any router based on your requirements. Next, we have selected the network switch, which is the 2960. After that, we need to select the standard end device. We can select any end device like PC, laptop, or server. I'm creating two separate networks by connecting 4 PCs to 2 individual switches, each linked to its own router. Both networks are configured with distinct IP address ranges, ensuring proper segmentation and independent communication paths. Each router acts as the gateway for its respective network, providing routing and internet access independently. By assigning different IP address ranges, for example 192.168.1.0/24 for the first network and 192.168.2.0/24 for the second, you avoid conflicts and maintain clear separation. This setup can be used to simulate real-world scenarios such as testing inter-network communication, practicing routing protocols like RIP, OSPF, or static routes, or experimenting with firewall rules. If you later connect the 2 routers together, you can configure routing between the networks, allowing controlled communication while still keeping them logically distinct. We are in the process of assigning an IP address to every port. For the router 0 that links to the switch, we are designating the IP address 192.168.1.1 port 0/1 of the router. This will act as the gateway connecting the PC to the router. We are assigning the IP address for another network with the 192.168.2.0 series. For router port 0/0, we are setting up the third network between the routers, which will create the 192.168.3.0 series. Keep in mind that it's important to label each port and link. This way, when you're configuring the switch or router, tracking the IP address will be much simpler. Now, we need to assign an IP address to each end device for network 1. The IP address range provided is 192.168.1.0. After configuring both end devices, you can easily verify the setup by sending packets. We should follow the same step for the other network. Now, let's get to the main part where we will configure the two routers with unique IP addresses for communication. I will explain each configuration command after we finish this setup. For now, just pay attention to the content. In this, you're going to learn about Illustrate's LAN segmentation, IP addressing, and internetwork routing. Practical use case. This configuration simulates real-world situations where two departments or branches operate on separate networks, but require controlled communication. Scalability. You can grow the network by incorporating additional PCs, switches, or routers, and explore VLANs or ACLs for enhanced security. Troubleshooting skills. You will gain experience in verifying connectivity using ping, checking interface status with show IP interface brief, and resolving routing problems. Future enhancements. Introduce DHCP servers to streamline IP assignment. Set up NAT if you wish to simulate internet access. Implement ACLs to manage communication permissions between networks. You have set up the network one. You should see the indicator light turn green. Now, verify by sending the packet message. Check if the packet sent from PC to router. Now, same way to do for another network as well. We are sharing all the commands that we use to configure the router 0 port. You can take a screenshot for your reference. All the ports are now configured in the router. However, we still need to set up the two different network IP communications in the router. You can see that packets are not being sent from network 2.0 to router 0. For static routing, we can also configure directly from the configuration terminal. In CLI, you can configure by using the command. Now that the entire setup is configured, you can verify it by sending the packet. You can also check on the simulation mode. You've created two separate networks, each managed by its own router. This avoids IP conflicts, allows independent operation, and provides a controlled environment for practicing routing and security concepts.